What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Italian Stallion, here with a snazzy new intro. And you betcha, baby, it is Stallion Speaks time. Episode 9, out of his mind, now out of sight. Who was I talking about? Well, you decide. As always, everybody, welcome to another fire show tonight. Looks like I might be going solo tonight, but that's okay. Everybody had some obligations tonight, but I hope that you, the viewer, are entertained tonight, that you join the show, that you bring what you want to bring on and speak about and speak your piece. I am, of course, the Italian Stallion and want to thank everybody for watching the Rebels with a Cause channel. 150 subscribers now, over 19,000 views. Keep punching that like button and sharing our cause so we can gain others to join it. Also, want to just throw this out there. The views and opinions of this program are not affiliated with those of any other organization. These are solely the Italian Stallion's views, as well as any of my guest co-hosts and audience members that join us live. Also, if you want to come on and speak your piece for a few minutes, join the show, join that chat box live. I'll put the link up here shortly. But in any case, we will make sure that we will get you on so that way you can speak your piece. That being said, guys, this week, obviously the college football playoffs is going to start, and I'm excited as hell about it, to be honest with you. Truth be told is that it's going to be, I think, maybe not so much the two other games involving the group of five, but I really think that Alabama, Oklahoma, Miami, Texas A&M game is just going to be absolute fire. We're going to talk about those games. Hope everybody that wants to talk about those games comes on, gives us a little bit of a prediction. I'm going to give my predictions, obviously, tonight at the end of the show. But that being said, I want to also just start off with an opening rant right now. In regards to if anybody was paying attention this week to college football of what was going on with a certain coach. And, the truth of the matter is, guys, is that whether as more and more comes out about this situation, it was just probably the most bizarre thing that I have ever watched unfold. And the fallout that has come from it is just incredible. And the domino effect that it could obviously possibly, create. If you've heard the pundits, there's been talk of maybe Kalen DeBoer is pretty much already going to be the next Michigan coach, leaving Alabama. If that's true, where does that leave Lane Kiffin? Does he take the Alabama job, dream job number 2, and leave LSU in the dust without even coaching a game there? I mean, these are all possibilities. But first and foremost, I do want to talk about this motherfucker behind me. Because let me just tell you this. Look at this. He had this beautiful family behind him. People would give anything to have an opportunity to marry a beautiful woman, to have beautiful children with, to coach one of the blue bloods of college football, making $6 million a year. And what does this guy do? He throws it away for a piece of ass. I mean, you can't make this up. And what's worse is that the reason why he's not even winning ball games at times with the amount of talent that they stack chips on over at Michigan is that he's got an OnlyFans account. And he's actually messaging these thirst traps on there. And literally, for the love of God, is making adjustments in his pants rather than halftime adjustments in regards to maybe winning a damn football game, what he's paid to do. He even offered a few of these thirst traps season tickets in exchange for sexual favors. That's this man back here. That's Sherrone Moore. And the fact that more and more, no pun intended, he actually went as far to maybe even promise the executive assistant, side piece, other woman, whatever you want to call her, a Purdue grad on top of it. You literally had promised her, oh, I'm going to leave my wife and be with you, baby. Oh, yeah, for sure. And what do? you renab, and then there's reports saying that he actually was going to get her fired. So that's when she went to the AD and basically said, "Oh yeah, here's the affair. He's a piece of shit," and threw him under the bus. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And the fact is she comes from money. Her father's some executive scout for the Chicago Bears or something of what I've heard. And what's even more funny, she gets him fired. They don't have to pay him the buyout. He loses his ever living mind, shows up to her house, breaks down the damn door, threatens to kill her and himself before he's arrested properly. And now going before a judge in this little room, it was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The actions that he did cost him his job. The actions he did afterwards cost him his freedom. Those are shout outs to Brad Holloway, Larry Frank Jr., the conversations that I've had about this guy. This is a piece of garbage right here. And I'm telling you, I cannot have any sympathy for someone like this, honestly. You had it by the cojones. Men would kill for the opportunity to have what you have behind me. What you have behind me, and you threw it away like that. You, sir, there is no words to explain what you truly are. See, the chat box is already hopping tonight. So, what's up, LNV? Hey, you and me both. Listen, I want to be a coach's assistant. I don't discriminate. Show me the money. Show me the money. Absolutely. 56K to a 90K salary. Absolutely. Absolutely. You bet. Shout out to Eric Carroll. But I'm telling you though, this man, this son of a bitch behind me, and then the fact that you couldn't even go quietly into the night, don't draw any more attention to yourself. What did you think that was honestly going to do? You were going to get people to feel sorry for you? Your OnlyFans account? Your thirst traps? Your side piece? How about your poor children and your poor wife, the embarrassment that they already have to have from this? And children growing up without a father. You are a disgrace. The whole thing is shameful. And again, this goes to the University of Michigan with all the black eyes that they've had over the years with these coaches that have failed them time and time again. A blue blood, no less. And this has taken away from the success of their awesome basketball team because they should be the only thing being talked about Michigan right now. Not this. Not this. Just a complete joke. Just an absolute disgrace of a man, honestly. He's not even half a man, to be absolutely honest with you. Just shameful. Just absolutely shameful. But that being said, that's what I have to say about him. To further make it more interesting is the fact that somebody else had a headline this past week. Sorry about the technical difficulties we had there. I actually, if you can believe this, lost power in the middle of a show. So, but thank goodness for a backup, little bit of a generator and so forth that I had to get started. So I apologize for that. So that's right, LNV. They got him. Also, 10 plus arrests and or dismissals for the staff over the past few years. Just a disgrace, Eric. Just an absolute disgrace. But that being said, I also want to point out that that wasn't the only stealer of headlines this past week, by the way. A certain favorite ACC commissioner came and managed to try to steal headlines again. And the thing with this, is that I just can't really just stand it when it comes to people like this guy. Because, first off, he's an absolute clown when you see this guy. And when you see this picture, it even shows what a buffoon that runs the ACC conference more than anything. I'm going to bring him up right now so that way you can see who exactly of, because he managed to outdo himself this week. There he is, our illustrious friend of the show, without being on the show, Dr. James J. Phillips of the ACC. Look at this man right here. Proud Notre Dame supporter and head of the ACC conference. What did he do this week? Well, this week, this motherfucker actually had the balls to come out and say, well, you know what? After everything that's happened this last week, we're going to go on ahead and re-examine our tiebreaker scenarios going forward with what pits our two best teams into the conference championship going forward. I want you to think about how I just said what I just said, because I quoted him verbatim. We're going to examine the tiebreakers. There is nothing to examine, and you didn't even have to wait till next year to do it. You're the ACC commissioner. You tell Duke, listen, your sorry-ass losses to Tulane and Illinois and Connecticut excuse you from being in this championship. We want a contender. We're going to have Miami and Virginia go at it, and the winner gets our spot in this college football playoff. Thank God we got the voters on our side. But the fact is that this guy literally could have made that. SEC would have done a situation like that, but they would never be put in a situation like that. The Big Ten was found themselves once in that situation because of COVID and that fucked up schedule. But when you have the authority to do it, you don't owe Duke football nothing. Basketball, different story. Football, nothing. And I swear to God, it was the funniest thing that I've ever seen this week. The fact that this fucking guy literally said we're going to examine the tiebreaker situation. Are you kidding me? You could have easily just said it's Miami and it's Virginia in Charlotte. Go. Do you know how many more tickets would have been sold? Nobody the hell showed up for that. It ended up being a good game for you, but are you kidding me right now with this? It's just unreal. You can't make this up. This guy right here, who should be shown the door, to be honest with you. And I think he will be. I think that if anything's going to be examined next year, sir, it's whether you're going to be the commissioner or not of the ACC, because you've been absolute dog shit in that situation. I'm embarrassed for the teams and the fans of this conference, honestly, because you, sir, are the guy that actually leads this thing. You're a fucking joke. You've made this conference a fucking joke. And thank God the committee saved your sorry ass by righting the wrongs they did by putting us in. Now, we're going to get to Miami here in a second, because my God, the opportunity that has been given to us. We've waited 23 years for this opportunity, guys. If you're a Miami fan that has suffered with me, we have been on the ends of scandals. We have been on the ends of buffoonery gameship, stupid hires, players not panning out, players turning against the program and selling us out. Countless blowouts, the Orange Bowl getting torn down 47-0, 59-0, flying banners. I go on and on and on. It has not been easy to be a Miami Hurricanes football fan for all these years, ever since what happened in the desert. But it's even after that, guys. The fact that we've lost lost games inexplicably, how we've not won this sorry-ass conference. I mean, it just is unacceptable. A team that was once feared, piss running down the other team's legs. It didn't matter where they came from. And yet people still rush the field and tear the goalpost down when they play us because they're playing the ghosts of Christmas past and not anything that even resembled those badasses that adorned that uniform and wore that U on the side of their helmets. But for 23 years, we've suffered. We kept hoping, is this the year? There was a turnover chain. There were other turnover chains. We have been kind of a team that once was really caring about what phase the moon was in or what the weather was going to be like. Last I checked, I thought that we just got on the field and whipped every 60 minutes, no matter what the conditions or where it was played. Anytime, anywhere, us against the world. Where did we lose that mentality? Where did we lose that? Where did we get neutered? But finally, this team of all teams, who I thought was just going to be another fart in the wind, has given me some hope that we can go out there and whip some ass on Saturday. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think we do. A&M has a nice little team, but I was looking more and more at their schedule. I've rewatched some of their condensed games. And I'm going to tell you this, not that we've beaten any world beaters, but this team of Miami, my goodness, I think they're ready to play. I really believe that more than anything. And I could be wrong. And I'll be on here next week to say that we did not deserve to be there. I will be one of the first ones to criticize where this team fucked up again. But I also will be the ones to praise it. But I really believe in something with this team. They've been given a chance. And when you're given a puncher's chance, you got to make the most of it. Guys, I don't have 3 more years to wait for this. I really don't. And the fact of the matter is, there is no tomorrow. It's today that it needs to be taken care of. I don't give a damn who is going to be in our path, whether it be Ohio State, whether it be Georgia, or give us Indiana down there, and it's supposed to be Mendoza's homecoming. Bullshit. I roll with my team until there is 0-0-0 on the clock, and they don't have anything left. They've got a week to prepare. The weather's going to be perfect, so you can't blame that. I don't give a fuck what the phase the moon is, but we owe this team A&M one. We didn't even have a great team a couple of years ago, and we almost went in there and won. And they had an all-pro back in Akiane that was the difference. But that being said, Miami, don't fuck this up. You go in there and you kick their ass. And I think they will, more than anything. But that's all I've got to start this show off. But I want to bring on my co-host tonight that actually took the time out of his busy schedule to join me tonight. More than anything, he's going to be debuting his show here very soon on the channel, and you'll definitely want to catch him up because he has so much good stuff to bring to the table, knows a lot of knowledge, and he's my brother, and I'm so glad to have him a part of the show tonight. So without further ado, let's bring him on and welcome him with a lot of love and the respect he deserves, the one, the only, big game Kerry Reeves. What's up?
How you doing tonight, man? How you doing? I got to rep the boys tonight.
You got to, man. I mean, that was a hell of a comeback, man. That was a hell of a comeback. So, my goodness,
bag it, Patriots.
Yep, absolutely.
How you doing tonight, Stallion?
I was doing good, man. You know, the power went out, had to get the generator going and so forth. But luckily, I didn't lose the fans that were watching. They gave me the few minutes to kick on that generator. But when you're going live, you got to deal with the consequences. But we're good to go and so forth. More than anything. But
good deal, man.
I know. I thought of you today, though. I was like, you know, he should be in a good mood as Bills won and so forth. Of course, another disappointing fantasy year for me. My team got shown the door again. Everybody and their brother who has done shit all season did all world for this 7 seed, and I'm showing.
Yep.
The door is a 2 seed, unfortunately, but it is what it is, and so forth. But that being said, other than that, I'm good, man. I mean,
Good, brother.
I want to just have a quick show tonight, and obviously, we got the games being previewed down there. But what's your thoughts as we talk about this thing going on right away? This college football playoff first. It begins Friday night. Who you got? Chat box, if you want to come on, I will give you 5 minutes to join the show as well. But Big Game Kerry Reeves, who you got going all the way when you're filling out your bracket, or who you even got winning this first four? What's your thoughts going into it, brother? In chat box, I'll post your comments while Big Game Kerry Reeves enlightens us, brother.
I'm looking at this first four, and I see two matchups that I really don't want to see because I think those two are anticlimactic with the Oregon and the Ole Miss. The Alabama and Oklahoma and the Miami and Texas A&M are going to be great. Are they going to be really terrific games? I think when I'm looking at these brackets, I think the winner of the Miami Texas A&M game has a shot to do some major damage. I look at their side of the bracket. They would face who? Georgia.
Yeah, they'd face Ohio State first in the Cotton Bowl. And here's the thing. It favors A&M. If A&M does beat Miami, A&M's virtually got a home game against Ohio State, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think if Miami wins, I'm looking at both of those defensive fronts, and they would give Ohio State a major problem. If Indiana gave them a major problem, and Indiana – I don't consider them as a big physical, but they were very physical with Ohio State. I think Miami and Texas A&M, you're looking at two teams that could really drive Ohio State because they've got the corners to cover their receivers. They've got the linebackers there to shut down the running backs and keep a spy on Salem. Both of these teams, I think the winner of that Miami Texas A&M game could come out and make a major run. It's kind of like Notre Dame last year when they made a run to the title game. It was that second round matchup with Georgia.
Yep.
And I thought if Notre Dame can get past that, they could get to a championship game and face Texas.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't help that all the big upsets happened that second round. I mean, all of that really opened it up when all the favorites lost. I mean, that was huge.
And somehow I really don't see that, but it wouldn't. But in this crazy, wacky world of college football, anything's viable to happen.
Absolutely, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And and I agree with you, Kerry. And I'll tell you this. Realistically, if Alabama does come out and beat Oklahoma, which I'm actually predicting they will do this Friday night, Alabama gets some of these guys healthy and they take on Indiana. I would not be absolutely shocked if Alabama beats Indiana in the Rose Bowl, kind of like last year. I mean, you give this Alabama team another chance. Who could say that Indiana might be on the wrong side of it like Oregon last year, honestly, in the Rose Bowl of all things. And Alabama has some redemption because, truth be told, a lot of people feel that they lost the national championship there a couple of years ago. And there's still some guys on this team that want maybe a redemption tour themselves because that was the last time Nick Saban coached them when they lost to Michigan, ironically.
They will be the most interesting team to me to see how they react. Indiana being off and being in a position of something that they never thought they would be as a number one overall seed, having now the Heisman Trophy winner, how much time is he going to have with the busy schedule now that being a Heisman Trophy winner? He's going to be on the press for the next week. He's going to be up in the next couple of weeks. He's going to be on every TV show, every human. He was on ESPN this morning. He was on CBS this afternoon with the NFL Today. I mean, this press schedule just now is going to start ramping up.
Absolutely.
He's going to ramp up, and he'll have practice time, but how much of this time is going to take away from everything, of media time is going to take away from everything else he's doing. They're going to be an interesting position because I want to see how they react to being the hunted. For 2 years now, they've been the hunters. Now they're the hunted.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a much different position being the guy that's being chased after than doing the chasing.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And they themselves, being a number one seed, I know that you have to go where the bowls are geographically. They gave them the Rose Bowl. And
that's more because of conference alignment, because the Big Ten champion always goes to the Rose Bowl.
Correct. And then if they win that one, then they have to go down to Atlanta, which could virtually be potentially an SEC home game for Ole Miss should they get that far, to be honest with you. So, I mean, there's that possibility. So,
yep.
I'm just saying that it's kind of interesting how that all worked out in terms of how the seating was and everything. But if anybody wants to come on for a few minutes, I'm going to give 5 minutes to join myself and Big Game Kerry Reeves to talk about this situation. The other thing that we kind of talked about on the other night is this Sherrone Moore situation. And it just gets even more and more bizarre, Kerry. If you'd missed my rant at the beginning, the fact that this guy had an OnlyFans account on top of this.
I could not believe that.
And he's messaging these thirst traps on at halftime as opposed to making halftime adjustments. He's making adjustments in his pants.
Yeah, he was making halftime adjustments, all right.
I mean, and meanwhile, was his executive assistant in charge of that too? Make sure that Tiffany doesn't coincide with Annabelle here
she was
at 7:00 tonight.
Sounds like she was setting up the after party in more ways than one.
And then he promised this thirst trap. He promised this other thirst trap season tickets in exchange for a sexual favor at a Houston Rager. And then you see her taking a selfie with Michigan gear on at the Big House. So he came through. He did, Sherrone.
He came through. At least he's a man of his word.
That's about all he is. I mean, shit.
My gosh.
That man's not even half a man. I mean, he's such a sad piece of shit. So, Eric Carroll's got Ole Miss, Oregon, Bama, and the U. I like that. I definitely like that.
I can see that.
Absolutely. So,
that's the toss-up. So. The Alabama-Oklahoma game to me is the toss-up. Usually 8-9 means they're pretty similar. The fact that they've already met, we already have a kind of a way, a preview of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And now, but I look at this Alabama, you could look at this two ways. Alabama's got to win because they've lost the first two to Oklahoma. This is the important one. If you don't win this one, they're going to look at DeBoer and wait a second. You've lost to them 3 straight times.
Yes.
In a year, in a calendar year, you will have lost to them 3 straight times.
Yeah.
And then think of Brent Venables. You beat Alabama 3 straight years. You'll probably get a contract extension out of this deal, no matter what happens.
Absolutely. Well, and LNV goes, that man was living. Well, he's not living much now. He's in a little cell, and I guess he made bail. I heard he made bail.
Yeah, he made bail.
I guess he's staying at the Red Roof Inn because that's about all he can afford now. So
he was only out on a $25,000 bond, which really is only $2,500, 10%.
Well, he doesn't have that buyout and that cushy money anymore. So
he lost out on $14.5 million.
I wonder if his thirst traps will be there to console him.
They won't be.
Fans,
You know what they say: when the money's gone, so are you. And most of the time, when it comes to thirst traps like that, when the money's gone, so are they.
I'm telling you, man, it's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, and I'll tell you this. Speaking of Alabama, it's funny. What about the distractions that potentially could be going on there, Big Game Kerry Reeves? Because if you think about it, if the rumors are true and this thing does have some legs, that perhaps DeBoer and Michigan are having a conversation, and the domino effect. Who becomes Alabama's next coach, and is the Kiffin Lane train gonna maybe not even stop and coach a game at LSU to take dream job number 2? I mean, there's that possibility up there as well. So
if this thing has legs, and it seems like this thing is starting to have some legs there with DeBoer. I have a feeling that the next Michigan coach is coaching somewhere right now for the next couple of weeks, whether it be in the playoff or whether it be a bowl game. Kenny Dillingham is another coach that has come upon the scene, and he's at Arizona State, but he came out with a passionate speech talking about how much he loved Arizona State. So I'm dying to see what they do there. A lot of names are involved in this mission. Brian Kelly's name is being involved again, which it's a northern school, so he might fit in perfect. There's a few others. But I'm dying to see where is this going, how far this is going.
Oh, for sure. Well, and Eric Carroll throws out there. DeBoer came out today and said he's 100% committed to Bama for what it's worth. So yeah, no, that's fine. Like I said,
That's fine.
It's funny that
I also remember years ago Nick Saban was 100% committed to the Miami Dolphins, and look how that turned out.
Trust me, I'm still feeling the effects of that. Dante Culpepper over Drew Brees. Just remember that.
Well, because Drew Brees failed his physical. If Drew Brees doesn't fail the physical, Nick Saban probably still coaches the Dolphins because he has Drew Brees. That's the guy he wanted.
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing too is
no Alabama.
Look at all the success. Look at all the success the Saints had with Drew Brees. Maybe that's the Dolphins. You never know. So, but that being said, though, like I mean, and you know, with Michigan, it's funny. I mean, I've heard those names, and then I've even heard Marcus Freeman as well, which I don't think the only job I think Marcus Freeman would leave Notre Dame for is probably the Giants, which he's been linked to as a pro football job, and so forth. And that'd be interesting. And then where would Notre Dame turn at that point? It's kind of funny how that all would go. So yeah. LNV goes, Mario was committed to Oregon. Sure was. And then he became Miami. Yeah. I mean, like I said, everybody's got a price. Everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price. It's just a matter of beating the right price.
Absolutely. And Michigan's got some deep pockets that they'll make sure that they're.
Michigan's a top 5 job in college sports.
It is. They're a blue blood.
Got a lot of alumni. Got a lot of famous alumni.
Yep.
It's kind of like Tennessee, kind of like Duke, kind of like a lot of. We got famous alumni, and it's a high profile job.
And also, how much does Tom Brady care about his alum? His
quite
university
a bit
too. I mean,
he cares quite a bit.
But yeah. So yeah. That's a tough situation to walk into, though. No doubt, Eric. No, that's definitely
whoever gets that job, that is going to be a tough situation to walk into.
Especially if I mean, and this is also a possibility, if Ohio State does get it together and go back to back. I mean, the fact is you have to take on. You're inheriting this mess. Probably a bunch of people, if they've not already decommitted or left, and looking through the transfer portal once that firmly opens. But you're possibly taking on your biggest rival, who's coming off of back-to-back national championships.
If that works out, yeah.
So
that's going to be
there's
tough.
a lot of stuff. So lots of pressure.
And the rest of a Big Ten that's improving with Indiana, Oregon. They're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Absolutely.
And some of these other teams, it's only going to be a matter of Penn State. It's only going to be a matter of time before Penn State gets back into the mix.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Michigan, you're literally you could be walking into a storm, but it could turn out to be really well.
Yeah,
it could, if they get the right guy, I think it'll turn out really well. But the question is, who's the right guy? And they're going to probably take their time with the search. They should. They just had National Signing Day, and we've learned the hard way here at Tennessee. Don't sign a coach just to save a recruiting class because it never works out.
No.
Sign the right guy. The recruiting class, you may suffer this year, but you look at next year, you get a year 0. This year's year 0. Then year 1, you can start building the recruitment class and everything else.
Well, and Kerry, I'd even argue with the fact with the transfer portal now, people can leave whenever they really want. I mean, here's the thing. Yes, now they've minimalized it to this one portal opportunity, but don't think people aren't going to have their feelers out throughout the year.
Oh, of course they are.
With their representatives, their attorneys. And again, you can right the ship very quickly. That's the thing where I feel is different now. As opposed to, yes, coaches did get 3 to 4 years to make sure that they got the right people in their recruiting classes, and they made sure that they got the people in to run their stuff, and build a culture, build an identity. But now it's really about, if you've got the most money and you've got the best players, you have an opportunity to win. This college football playoff.
You don't have to wait you don't have to wait 3 or 4 years or something. Like it used to be like a recruiting class. Most people had to wait a whole recruiting class to get results. Now you can get results within a year, 2 years. Look at Indiana. Indiana's the perfect example. Hire a new coach. He uses the transfer portal, gets half of a team from James Madison, gets the other half from other places, and bam, in 2 years, they're the number 1 seed playing for a national championship. And they all have to do is win 3 times. They're a national champion.
And you know what the crazy thing is? Billy Napier got to the college football playoff before the Florida Gators did.
Yes,
how about that? I mean, I hear he's kind of helping out JMU prepare or whatever.
Yeah, because he's helping in the transition period with the coach at JMU, helping them with the playoff. And then when their season is over, JMU coach is going to UCLA, and His son Bell Billy is back doing his thing at James Madison.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and here's the other thing too. Like if you think about it too, these games Saturday night. I mean, I hate to tell you this, big game Kerry Reeves. I mean, win or lose. I'll be watching my Canes Saturday, but I really have no interest. I might watch maybe a quarter, if not a half, of the Ole Miss game just to see what they look like without Lane Kiffin, because that's going to look different. But I absolutely expect them to curb stomp the Green Wave, and I expect Oregon to show James Madison belts to asses. I really believe that. So,
and see, that's what I hate about the Saturday slate is the game time.
Oh,
they should have flipped the two games on TNT and HBO Max and let the Miami and Notre Dame game and Miami and Texas A&M be a night game, because that's the game on Saturday everybody's going to want to see. You got Alabama and Oklahoma opening up on a Friday night. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. That's what you want. One game, let them be the center, and then have Miami and A&M could have been Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that they didn't do the Oregon
they could have done one of the
Friday night.
They could have done one of those two games Friday night.
Yeah, and let Oregon and let Oklahoma, Alabama be the night game.
Exactly.
Anything, and do the SEC type of thing all day Saturday. But I don't know. It's just very interesting. But Chatbox, what's your thoughts? I mean, do you got Miami and A&M? I mean, do you got Oklahoma, Alabama? What's your thoughts on those games? And again, I've got the link. If anybody wants to come on for a few minutes and speak their piece, because that's what this show's all about more than anything. I will say this too, Kerry, more than anything that I found very, very interesting is the fact that, these games are going to happen. The TNT got the shittier of the two ball games, but I will be very, very shocked if either of those two games are going into the second half. And I will also throw this out there. Based on the results that we had yesterday, I think the committee made a very smart decision by not letting Notre Dame get in, because two of their better wins didn't even really struggled. I mean, Navy barely got by Army yesterday. And I know that it's a rivalry game, but at the same time, Navy should have been at least 2 touchdowns better than Army yesterday, honestly. And they needed a 4th down to make that happen. Then, to further it, Boise State got run off the field by Washington in that bowl game last night.
In reality, Navy should have lost. Army had opportunities to if they recover one fumble in the fourth quarter, they win the game.
It's over.
They win the game.
And they almost recovered one at the end that they maybe could have gotten close enough for a field goal.
For a field goal to win.
Like that. But we do have somebody that does want to come on. Let's give him on. And, as always, we got to welcome everybody in style with the proper respect that they deserve. But Lickerdale, welcome to Stallion Speaks.
What's going on, big dog? You can hear me?
I can hear you great.
We can hear you great, man.
Yeah,
I'm in the car. That's why I ain't in the house. I'm in the car ride.
So you're good. You sound great.
Hey, I tell you like this. I'm glad Miami not playing a night game, because you don't want to go into Cal Stadium at nighttime. You don't want to.
That is true. That is true.
No, we don't want to play nighttime there. Hell no. I'm glad we got the 12 o'clock.
11 a.m. Central. 11 a.m. Central.
Facts. Oh yes.
Especially being on the road, you ain't got to be sitting around the city all damn day.
Exactly.
With your thumb up your fucking ass. So it's good they playing the early damn game. Miami don't play good. If we gonna play a nighttime game, we need to be at home so the other team can be mesmerized with the city of Miami throughout the damn day.
Hey, and I was glad that they got there a week early. They're getting acclimated and everything. They're really, it's really being treated like a bowl game, which I really like, because really, if this was a regular season game, they get there Friday and have a little bit of a walkthrough and then it's game day. I mean, at least you get a week to get accustomed to the time zone and everything. It looks.
That's one thing that impressed me last year when they did it the same thing last year. Let them get there a week before, get acclimated, treat it like a bowl game, except it's a playoff. Treat it like a real deal, and it's great. And I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah. But what you got, Lickerdale? What's your thoughts, man, on this game for the Canes, man?
BTA, of course. I ain't thinking nothing no different. BTA, boost to the ass, belt to the ass. I want to say it's to the ass. I tell you that.
Damn right.
I think we match up pretty damn good with them. You know, some of our goods are their bads. You know, but the thing is that if our 4-man front with that blitzer coming in every now and then, you know we always gonna send somebody on a blitz from one side to the other. If those guys show up and show out like they supposed to, since Bain them got a lot of little bulletin board right now, they got a lot of incentives to play a little harder. I think we'll beat them by 2 touchdowns.
I agree. No, I agree, Lickerdale. And I'm going to tell you this. I really was surprised Elko even kind of insinuated to Malachi Tony about his size. That actually came out too. And basically, you don't tell a short person that they're short. I mean, you want to piss a short person off. Malachi Tony might have the game of his life against A&M on Saturday too, to be honest.
I think he's a matchup. I think the last thing you want to do is cause havoc with a matchup problem, because Tony's a matchup problem for their secondary. He's going to be a major matchup problem.
And see the thing is that from Miami offensive side, we got an SEC type of line. Mario, those guys got the grit, but also people got to take account that the last 4 games, I don't want to ride the dead horse on the last 4 games, but Mario don't let that playbook open up a little bit. So Miami might be getting kind of underestimated a little bit coming into this game.
Oh yeah.
You know,
you also have a former SEC quarterback who knows the league.
So it won't be like, you know, we get up on them. It won't be like Notre Dame or Florida State that we trying to suck the air out the damn ball. Dawson gonna keep that damn ball flying in the air. And
I also like Beck in this matchup too. I hope I'm not wrong, Lickerdale, and if you don't agree with me, I like Beck in this matchup. Like Kerry said, here you got a former SEC guy. He's been in the playoffs before. He knows what a big game. He knows how to win in these big stadiums. So I don't think he's going to be worried.
And he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yep, for sure. I mean,
that's a deadly combination.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's your thoughts?
So the thing is, would this game be too big for Texas A&M quarterback?
Possible.
You know it ain't too big for our quarterback. Is it too Is it too big for their quarterback now?
Yeah, and he hasn't looked that hot.
Some of their players.
I mean, he has not looked that hot these last couple of weeks. I mean, against Texas, he was throwing interceptions, and that ankle still might not be 100%. And if he gets hit once by Miami, yeah, I mean, might be physical.
I don't think he's gonna last the whole game.
Yeah.
If he's a stationary target, he's in trouble this game. He's in major trouble in this game if he's a stationary target. That's not good.
We do our run blitz, our run blitzing against these running quarterbacks been pretty efficient the last few guys we played this season. So hopefully we continue on that. Hopefully continue on that with a efficient on our run blitz on those quarterbacks, because if that quarterback, as long as we keep him inside the pocket like we did the other 3 or 4 we played this season, he's dead to well, because he's not an accurate passer to me.
No.
I also like the fact that in these first round matchups, you get extra time to prepare for these guys. The time that you get to prepare is extra. It's like a bowl game.
What the thing is, in this game right here, Mario has played against these coordinators before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he got his own man. And Dawson had played against Texas A&M, and our team have been to Texas A&M Stadium. So it's not like it's brand new with Miami going up there.
Yeah, it's not like foreign territory, exactly.
You're right. And I'm going to tell you this, Lickerdale, that's also in Miami's favor. The fact that the Big Ten refs are actually been assigned to this game.
Okay,
I think that the Big Ten refs are an upgrade over what the Miami's had to deal with these last few weeks with the ineptness of the ACC officials, to be honest with you. And I think that the Big Ten refs will call this a fair game. And if there's a hold, there's a hold. And if not, they're going to make sure that somebody wins the correct way, because that's what they want. They want the best champion. So.
The referees call that game like that. it's definitely a blow because they ain't get help every fucking play. I don't know how the hell you supposed to be almost. How the hell you supposed to be pretty much a top 10 pick, and you might have got 3 holding calls against you the whole fucking season.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I mean, and I'm going to tell you another thing too, to pay attention to in this game more than anything is the fact of how many penalties are called, because A&M got a lot of penalties this year as well, just like if Miami did. So that's the other thing too, of who, if they get some penalties called against them and it messes up whatever flow or whatever they're trying to establish. And then, like you mentioned with the coordinators, you got 2 coordinators that are already out the door. Colin Klein is going to be Kansas State's next head coach, and Kentucky's paid a bunch of money for the Texas A&M defensive coordinator to have the same role at Kentucky, pretty much. So these guys are coaching, yes, but realistically, there's distractions there. You know, with Miami, you don't hear of anybody that's taken another job or anything like that. They're all focused just only on one thing, and I think that that has something to it as well at this point.
Right. So we'll see, man.
Yeah. What is your thoughts on that Alabama-Oklahoma game? Do you got Bama winning or Oklahoma? Who do you got in that one, Lickerdale?
I like now that I sit back and listen to what you're saying, I sort of like I sort of like Alabama on this game too.
Yeah.
I like Alabama because they get a lot of their players back from injuries.
Yeah.
Jam Miller being back is huge because now
Jam Miller will be a big difference maker being their running back because he's been the guy that's only been able to run it all year.
And remember, he did not play in the last game with Oklahoma, so this is big. Him being back is huge.
Oklahoma don't have a good offense.
Yep, this is true also.
Yeah, Mateer has not been the same since that injury.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what their weather's going to be like, because I know weather's not going to be a factor in the A&M game. It's actually going to be a very warm Saturday in College Station in Texas, and I argued that with Miami talking about the cold weather and stuff like that, Miami got a break this year with where they would have gone, because last year it would have been up in South Bend playing against Notre Dame had they gotten in that playoff or what have you.
That is so true.
You know, and the thing is that you've got A&M win that one, and you've potentially got 2 bowl games, and then after that, you've got a home game at the Rock. I mean, potentially, if you navigate through that. I mean, it's setting up very nicely for Miami, and I think that they've come together, and I think that they're ready to really, really come at. I mean, I think they got a chip on their shoulder, Lickerdale. What do you think?
Yeah, they need to have one, especially Mario, like they say, Mario said on a presser last week that, he had to bring them coaches in together. Like, hey, man, we got to get this shit fucked together, man. Right now it's a playoff game every fucking week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ever since then, the guys been playing a little different. Even the players have stepped. Even the players come in. Even the freshmen, everyone has elevate their level up.
It's true. It's true. And CJ Daniels being back's got to help out too. I mean, the catches that guy's made, and you didn't even have him during the SMU loss. That would have been a nice receiver to have there in that game, honestly. So
yeah. See, the thing with that, with CJ being there, I don't think he get tackled in the end zone like Trader got tackled.
Correct.
CJ runs that route so well that he's shaking Bacon. The guy don't get a chance to even grab him. That's an easy. Remember how the touchdown was against Notre Dame when CJ scored the touchdown? Was it Notre Dame? No, it was Florida State.
Florida State. Yes. Yep.
It would have been the same down and distance, right?
Absolutely.
Area, right?
Yes. Yes. Yep. No, I'll get you on, Anthony. Lickerdale, real quick, because you still got about a minute 30 left on your time. What I did want to ask you very quickly, do you have any thoughts on this Sherrone Moore situation that happened at Michigan? Have you ever heard something so absurd in your life, honestly?
Man, I wasn't really paying too much attention to it throughout the week, and I would listen to all the stuff that you were saying. I didn't know nothing about the Go fan page and all the other. I didn't know nothing about all that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it just gets worse. It gets worse. Go ahead, though, brother. So, yeah.
I'll just say, they always say don't kick a man don't kick a man down when he's already laying down. But he's a fucking idiot.
He is. No, he is.
Yep.
No, he is. And you know why I don't feel sorry for this man? Because we've all been there before when we've lost a job and maybe it didn't go our way, but you don't need to threaten somebody's life. Be the superior man, take the responsibility. And the fact is you live to fight another day. This guy ain't going to be, doing much living, it sounds like. I mean, he's facing a lot of big charges coming up.
Except in a romper room in some correctional facility, in a romper room. In
from the big house to the big house. But you're right, though. No, it's just a shame because realistically, you have this beautiful family. You're coaching one of the Blue Bloods, and the fact is all you had to do was just coach and do your thing, and now you can't even do that. It's just really unfortunate. So.
You should look at his wife and look at the girl. They could be sisters.
They could be sisters. That's he has a type. He definitely
yes, he does. He clearly has a type.
Yeah. Lickerdale, you got a scoring prediction before I let you go because I got to get some other people on here that are ready to get on. So
I have a better score prediction on I think that's Friday when you and Frank come on.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, actually, I think him and Devin are going to come on Thursday. Yeah, for the hype show probably. So with LB.
Yeah, I have a better. I'm gonna see how all this stuff play out. See if hopefully nobody get injured or anything throughout the week. So I'll hold back on it.
Very true.
Guys,
very true, brother.
Guys get hurt or they violate team rules. They can't play. That's when all this bullshit comes around now.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's so true.
And Mario's a stickler for it. Yep, you're right.
Yes. So I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna wait till this later on this week when Frank and them come on with that one. But we should beat them by at least 10 points. I can tell you.
I agree. No, I agree. I'm right there with you, brother. I'm right there with you. And win or lose, we'll be back next week to talk about it. And I hope you come on. And we're celebrating a big Canes victory, like we think next week, brother.
We win. I definitely be on some nice little Canes juice, like Coach Hayes say, some Canes juice.
Damn right.
I'll be on some Canes juice there. All right, bro. Y'all take care. I'm on the highway going. I'm on the highway going a lot of there right now, so I'm listening out. I'll be listening out, man.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate you as always, man. You take care. Later. Bye. Next up, we got Anthony coming on. Anthony, welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother.
I want to talk about the Michigan thing first.
All right.
Go ahead.
Bringing it on. Speak your piece.
This is an honest question for both of you. Do you think the pressure of coaching Michigan got to this guy? Because there's certain coaches that can't handle that type of constantly having the media on top of them, and Michigan media can be very the media who covers Michigan can be very, very harsh and I don't want to say kind of racist because most of that fan base is kind of white and stuff like that.
Sure.
And
yeah, no, Anthony, I can answer it right away. I mean, I think they never wanted him as their coach. I mean, I would like to believe that. I mean, forget about what happened with this indiscretion. I mean, there's plenty of coaches we can name. Bobby Petrino,
Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer.
Oh, I mean, how that guy?
Woman.
No, let me just tell you this: how
Urban
that
Meyer
guy
at the steakhouse in Columbus.
Yeah, how that guy is on our on. If you watch the Fox. Or your game day, whatever your preference of your pregame Saturday is.
Big Noon Saturday. Whatever. I know what.
Yeah. However the hell, if you want to watch that guy, I can't stomach him. I can't stand him. I don't like anything about that man. He gives me
the indiscretion thing out the window because every coach has done that.
Correct. But Michigan never wanted this guy.
Exactly.
Okay, they didn't. And the fact is if the rumors are true that the athletic director was needing hardcore proof for him to get rid of this guy to show cause of the situation, then it just so happens the side piece / executive assistant is the one that throws him under the bus because guess what? She's going to get to keep her job. I mean, if they fire her now, they'd have a lawsuit that would she'd be the new AD at that university.
Yeah, no. This is on, and this applies to this. Can a Sherrone Moore do what Brian Flores did with the NFL?
No. At this point, no. He might have had a case if they, regardless of their zero tolerance policy or whatever like that, he threw everything out the window with his actions down the door and threatening to kill himself and her. Way that you just need to be very careful with how you respond to the situation. And again, he just took it to another level. And again, I just don't understand why he even put himself in this situation, because he is the coach. He has this beautiful family. It definitely was not worth it.
This is where I feel bad for some of these coaches, that they're put in an untenable situation where the fan base has an unrealistic expectation. Like, Michigan fans have this unrealistic expectation. Do you agree, Kerry?
Oh, yeah. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
It's like how long did it take Ohio State to finally replace Schembechler? Both Schembechler.
It took about, I think, 3.
Oh, Jim Tressel. My mistake. Jim Tressel.
It took 2 coaches.
Two coaches. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, and my prediction for this Miami game, I'm giving the grace that A&M is at home. I think we win by 3 in overtime.
Oh, wow. Okay. What makes you think it's going to be a close game, Anthony? I'm very curious.
Both defenses are good defenses. Both teams are ranked. I think this is going to be be won by the running game and defensive lines and line of scrimmage.
I like
stuff like that.
There's a physical feel to it. So yeah, I agree with you. I think
and honestly, I've said this from the beginning. I'm not scared of Ohio State. Like, if we go because Indiana set the game plan. Ohio State is a very finesse team. They can't handle physicality. You saw how Indiana dominated them at the line of scrimmage, Kerry, during that game.
Oh, yeah. I was very impressed with how Indiana handled themselves and had dominated them at the line of scrimmage. Very impressed with them.
And to me, Indiana and Texas Tech are basically a poor man's Miami. How
Texas
they play.
Tech, I'm going to be honest with you. Texas Tech scares me. Because they may be out of the teams, they may be one of the most complete underknown teams in the country. They're complete,
but their quarterback can't stay healthy.
Yep,
Morton can't stay healthy.
But they're physical on offense. They're physical on defense.
Shot. I mean, I'll tell you where I like Texas Tech and Indiana. If we're talking about the whole wins the playoff thing, and Texas Tech's coach are phenomenal in terms of their planning, how they get their teams prepared. That's where I would love to see Mario take the next step, if he will show me that he has these guys prepared.
I'm predicting Ole Miss gets upset by. Are they facing Tulane or?
Yeah, they're facing Tulane. They're facing Tulane. Yeah. So
honestly, I think Ole Miss gets upset because we don't know if their players are going to transfer before the game and stuff like that. And
I think everybody's on board from what the major players like Lacey and Chambliss. I've not heard anybody else. The defensive side of the ball was definitely going to stay intact because they're all in on who their new coach is. But I see what you're saying. Like, how are they going to react to the new coaches that are going to be coaching them in terms of, like, it's not Kiffin, it's going to be Charlie Weiss Jr. going to be calling the plays.
What scares me is I agree with I think it's Lickerdale said it the best. What scares me is the long layoff that we're going to have going into this game, because this is where did multiple Georgia players get
Two did get arrested. Yes.
Two did get arrested. Yes.
Yeah. And if you're counting, that's 29 arrests, by the way. That's almost as many wins as they've had in the last few years, by the way. Just to let you know.
But it was for speeding and stuff like that. These are young kids who are. Can you give them the benefit of the doubt that they're young kids making stupid decisions?
Oh, sure, but Miami would be crucified right now if we had 29 arrests in the last 3 years.
Some places would be crucified.
I mean, we'd be crucified if we had 29 arrests right now. So,
the two teams that would be crucified would be USC and Miami.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Why is that? Can you guys explain that to me? Why is it that there's a double standard with USC and Miami?
I think what it boils down to is because they're not the traditional teams or what have you. They come from big markets like LA and Miami that have been through society personified as gang warfare, all that stuff, and everything, and all the crime that happens in both those cities.
Drugs, gang warfare.
Yeah, and it's just a very shitty narrative that I don't support, and it's crap. And until you live in one of those cities, you don't have the right to talk about it.
Yeah, you can say that with Georgia because isn't Athens right outside of Atlanta? Basically?
Yes.
So it's basically the same crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
for sure.
And a lot of country roads in Athens, let me tell you.
And there's nothing to do there either. There's nothing to do there.
There's nothing to do there, and there's plenty of back roads and country roads there.
I'm predicting, like, since Carson's graduating and stuff like that this year, I'm already jumping to who the next quarterback is. I'm thinking we're getting Bryce Underwood from Michigan.
Ooh. See, that would be, and there are rumors saying that he may be.
He might be Kiffin's guy. He might be Kiffin's guy. To be honest,
it's going to
depend.
No. Actually, Trinidad wants to
Yeah,
you're right. Back. You're right. Yeah. Well, you know what? I could see that. You know, Bryce Underwood maybe.
But would Dawson have to? Do you think Dawson would have to adjust his? Because Bryce is not very. He's like a Carson Beck. He's not that mobile and stuff like that. He's a pocket passer.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you got some great receivers. You got some great receivers coming. Coming back.
But Miami fans want a mobile quarterback like Sam Levitt, but I'm staying away from Levitt because of the injuries.
Levitt's been injury prone.
Yeah.
Levitt's been injury prone the last couple of years. So yeah.
For you guys, who's the X factor on either team?
In terms of for the Miami A&M game or what have you?
Yeah, for a player.
For a player,
either side of the ball for both teams.
With Miami, it's got to be Carson Beck. If you get good Beck, which I think we're going to get, I think Miami rolls. To be honest with you, for A&M, I really think it has to come down to Ruben Owens or Marcel Reed. Who, if one of those two guys can run the ball very well against Miami, it's going to be a long day for the Canes.
My X factor is going to shock everybody. My X factor is Elijah
Lofton. Yeah, Lofton.
Elijah Lofton.
He needs to show up.
Luka Gilbert. Luka Gilbert, because I feel Gilbert is more of the tight end that Miami likes because he fits like those big Ohio State, Michigan tight ends like a Colston Loveland and stuff like that. And
there's another guy. There's another guy. Real quick, keep your train of thought. Brock Schott, who's been injured most of the year. Look for that guy next year if he doesn't hit the transfer portal.
He's staying. He's staying.
He's amazing.
He's the future. So, I see a lot of Jeremy Shockey and Brock Schott.
Yep, 6'8"
when you look at him.
Shockey. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Or the guy who played for Tennessee with Manning. Mm-hmm. I forgot the guy's name.
Jason Witten, you mean?
Yeah,
or Jason Witten.
Yeah, Witten.
So, he actually played for.
That's what Luka Gilbert reminds me of. Jason Witten.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Oh, what's your defensive guy? What's your defensive factor?
My defensive guy is Popo.
Okay, Aguirre, the linebacker. I like that. So, Kerry.
My X factor is a freshman pass rusher in Marquise Lightfoot.
Okay, Lightfoot. All right, I like that one.
How about you? Who are your X factors on both sides, Kerry?
I'm not looking at players. I'm looking at coaches. I want to find out if this game is as physical and it's going to be trending as both teams like to play it. I want to find out who makes changes first, who adjusts first. How does the other team react to the adjustment? I want to. To me, it's the game within the game. I want to see
if Elko or Mario
who flinches first. I want to know who flinches first.
How about
because both of them
are you more of a player? Yeah, I agree with you. The X factor are the coaches. For me, I'm not focusing on the head coaches. It's more the coordinators.
Yeah,
the coordinators. Because the coaches to me are like the overall, but I want to see who's the coordinator for Texas A&M on the defensive side by chance?
He took the Kentucky job. What's his name, Kerry?
I forgot what his name. Yeah, he took the Kentucky job. He's going to Kentucky after their season, so I forgot who we talked
about. No, it's Colin Klein. It's Colin Klein who's going to be K-State's coach, and we're familiar with him because he torched us a few years ago when he was Kansas State's quarterback.
Yeah, I want to see how Heatherman adjusts to that wide open off, like how Heatherman is going to, what's it called, shut down Marcel Reed's if he's going to use a ton of spying with him. Mm-hmm. Because that's how you have to shut down a Marcel Reed.
Yep.
You have to have a guy spying him the whole game. Correct?
I agree. You have to.
I also think in a game like this, turnovers are going to be huge.
Yes.
Turnovers are going to be huge. Special teams is going to be huge.
Yeah.
There could be a punt block. There could be a return. The return game could be critical because field position in this
down
game,
in distance is
down in distance too. Mm. Who stays on schedule?
Yeah.
Who knocks them off schedule?
You've seen Texas A&M play more. Do they have a tendency to get behind schedule a lot?
They do. Yes,
they do. They do. Yeah. And the schedule, I went back and watched some of their games. I think Miami rolls by 10 to 14 points. I could be completely wrong, but I just
you don't give the home field advantage to them.
Like, not at all.
Kyle Field is
not at all.
At
night. At noon, no.
Yeah, if this was a night game, it's completely different.
I mean, this team walked into Doak S. Campbell Stadium at night, and it was wild that night, and we shut that shit down.
No, and Kerry, you've played. Tennessee has played both at night, all three, in the afternoon, in the like early afternoon, noon, 3:30 prime time, and 7:30. Which one is actually, if it's at night, worries you the most?
Something at night. It's about nighttime, the bright lights, knowing that you're in that major stage. Something about that either brings out the best in you or the worst in you. The noon game,
honestly, for me, if it was at 6:30, if the game was at 4:30, that would scare me. Like 4:30 to 7:30, like you said, would scare me because, like, I heard my friends actually. One of my friends' family is originally from Texas, and he says Kyle Field is the worst place to play at night.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is. It's pretty big. It's up there, and it's going to be a great environment. But I think Miami's going to roll. Anthony, I've got to let you go. I got a couple more that I need to bring on, but please be on next week, and we'll talk about this win or lose. But go Canes, all right?
Okay, go Canes.
You bet. Take care.
All right, Anthony.
Chris Kane, thank you for waiting patiently, brother. What is going on? Welcome to Stallion Speaks. As always, speak your piece, brother.
What's going on? Give me 1 second, fellas. Give me 1 second.
All right, my man.
Brother, my man. Glad to have you on. So, yep. No, I'm just very thankful. Anybody that wanted to come on and speak their piece, and Chris is going to get his opportunity. I want to thank Lickerdale and Anthony and anybody else that wants to put that link up there when Chris is ready to talk. I will say this much. Interesting points brought up by Anthony, in terms of the fact that there could be some X factors that come into play with guys that maybe didn't have as big of a role throughout the season, but man, better late to show up than never. You want to show up here in these playoffs. And there's a guy there in Lofton that he mentioned that I was expecting things for him for Miami, and he's kind of come on as of late. Was injured, maybe some other stuff was going on, but I hope he is all in, because he's kind of a Swiss Army knife that Miami could use at the running back position, H-back, tight end, and all sorts of things right there. So yeah, for sure. But whenever Chris is ready, we'll have him come on and so forth. And one more thing Anthony wanted to say to you, Kerry. I heard that Rocky Top at night can be very intimidating.
Yes, it can. It can be very intimidating at night.
Ask you, Kerry, what would you think was the loudest for Tennessee Neyland, afternoon game or at night? What do you think?
I've had both pretty high, but to me, the highest that I've ever felt was believe it or not, an afternoon game with Florida.
Yes. Oh yeah.
They're one of the few in the afternoon that can really bring up that electricity. At night, it's been loud for Georgia. When they've played Georgia at night, the place goes, it's unbelievable bonkers. I was visiting I can visit my mom at the hospital. Like 10 years ago, I visited her at the hospital for the Florida game. It was an afternoon game. You could feel the hospital shake because it's 5 minutes from Neyland Stadium. You could feel the crowd. You felt the hospital shake. It was that powerful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, and I've been to those afternoon Florida Gator games too, and they were as intense as anything. So, and I've been there at night as well when they beat Ron Zook on that last minute Will Hoyt kick.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that was a big one. So yeah.
Sorry about that, fellas.
Chris, no, you're good, brother. Speak your piece, brother. No, we were just filling in a little bit of time, but what's your thoughts, brother, on these football playoffs, the Miami game, the Sherrone Moore situation? If you've got a thought on that, what's going on, brother? So yeah.
Oh man, Sherrone Moore. I don't know really much about it, but all I know is that he's in some major hot water right now, and it ain't looking good. I know they was talking about him going to Michigan, and you know, from him going from Alabama to Michigan, and from Lane Kiffin going from LSU to Alabama, but the boy's not moving. The boy is going to stay in Alabama. You got to be careful, bro. You know, they were looking for any kind of reason just to have him there, just to get rid of him. But like Coach Hayes always says, they got something with teeth now. They can get rid of you with claws.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and that's what they did. And they did that to him because for one, he had no business doing that in the first place.
Exactly.
You're right.
Okay, that's number one.
Good old morals clause works every time.
He messed himself up with that. So that's on him. You know, I can't feel no sympathy for him for that because he did it to himself. He shot his own self in the foot.
In the foot, in the head, in the butt,
and you know,
the head, everywhere.
Chris, you know what bothers me the most? You know what bothers me the most about this, guys? You being the coach at Michigan, you're even under more of a microscope, knowing that they had it out for you. You should have been squeaky clean. Like and here's the other thing too: if you're going to get fired for something that you collect the damn $27 million buyout. He didn't even get that.
Exactly.
Like you already knew stuff was going on with Harbaugh from the jump, so you already know that they was on their P's and Q's for anything and any kind of infraction.
Exactly.
That was going to be your ass.
Yeah.
And even if he wants to coach again, he's got a 2-year show cause. He'll never coach again.
No, because ain't nobody gonna touch him.
No one's gonna touch him. He's too radioactive, man.
No,
he's too radioactive.
He's become the herpes of college football right now. Nobody will fuck with you, no way, shape, or fashion. I'm telling you.
Nope.
And I'm just glad it ain't Miami because that would have been a whole bunch of other crap. This Georgia situation.
My God. Chris, like, do you back me up on that? They've had 29 arrests and almost as many wins as they've had in the last few years since their last national championship. And all I got to say is if that was Miami that had 29 arrests, we would be crucified.
They'd be raked over the coals.
I mean, let me tell you something. We wouldn't have over the coals. We could have had 2 arrests and our ass would be raked over the coals. 29, we wouldn't have no program.
Exactly.
Facts. You're right. Facts.
Let's be honest. It ain't gonna be no 29, not with us.
No. Got that right.
Yeah, man.
That's one thing about Mario. He would have shown those guys the door. I don't care who they are or whatever.
Easily.
He don't care.
Easily.
But I mean, when it's Kirby Smart, it's always something. It's like it never fails. It's always something. But then they just brush it up under the rug. But it's just Kirby. It's no problem. It's no problem. Yeah. He's the golden child of the SEC of college football.
He's become the new Dabo. He's become the new Dabo.
Yeah, he's become the new Dabo.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much. But if it would have been, let
that be Miami.
Mario.
Yeah.
And one guy would have got like that one guy that was accused of that basically they accused him of something he did. I think it was with his girlfriend. I forgot the dude's name, but they dismissed him. Oh, Miami's nothing but a bunch of thugs. They're this, they're that, and this, that, and the third, and all this other kind of stuff.
I know who you're talking
and,
about.
He transferred to I think Bethune, but then he got kicked off the team there. He was just a bad apple. Yeah. But it's just like that one bad apple, just you put the whole school, you embarrass the whole school. But it seems like when everybody else does it, from other colleges, they don't embarrass the school. It's like, oh, we just brush it under the rug.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is what's going to happen with this booster and blah, 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 blah. No. Miami, we're the redheaded stepchild of the college football. That's just how that is.
These are facts. These are facts.
I mean, it don't matter who else they can do the same thing, and it's still gonna happen, and it's still gonna be the same thing, and it just doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, Anthony, right here in the chat, he says, remember that Notre Dame channel that got in trouble leading up to the playoff selection committee, saying that Miami were uneducated thugs and jailbirds. Yep. They don't know nothing about us. Our university ranks one of the best in the country.
I was going to say it's one of the best medical schools in the country is the University of Miami.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah.
They don't look at it like that. They don't look at it like that. They look at
Miami
it
has never been looked at that way like it.
No, we've always been a bunch of thugs. We're a bunch of this. We're a bunch of that.
Hey, they still associate Miami with nothing but gang violence, murders, pimp, everything else, like the 80s.
It's stupid.
That stigma from the 80s has never been gotten rid of, and that's ridiculous.
But you know what the funny thing is? They're not talking about who just graduated. 17 people just graduated, including Reuben Bain, who graduated 3 years into his college education.
Exactly.
Okay. Ain't nobody talking about that.
Or what about Emory last year? Emory Williams graduated in 2.5 years or whatever from the University.
But they're not talking about that.
Nah,
no, they're not going to talk about that
because it doesn't.
They're not going to talk about all the good stuff that happens in Miami. They're always going to talk about all the bad stuff.
Yeah, if it bleeds, it literally reads. It does.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But brother, what do you think about this playoff this week? I mean, are there going to be 4 good games or 2 blowouts, or what are we thinking? What's your thoughts on this weekend coming up? I mean, with these group of 5 teams, do they even have a?
Do they have a shot? Nah.
They got a snowball's chance in hell.
And considering where hell is, they're in Oxford and Eugene, Oregon. Yeah, they have no shot.
They ain't got no shot. But you know what though? Here's the thing: they don't have a shot, but they got a shot.
Yep, they have nothing to lose in reality.
They got nothing to lose at all. They have nothing to lose. They have everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Yep.
What does a team, moral victory? I mean, what is their mentality when they're going into something like that? You think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Who has more to lose? The group of 5 or Oregon?
USC, Oregon and Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, they're the ones with the pressure.
Especially with all the scrutiny that's happened. Yeah.
Right. And then all of this stuff going on. And I mean, you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
They've got everything. Actually, the group of 5, those teams actually have everything in their corner.
Yep. Could you imagine if one of them pulls off a victory? Could you
imagine if both of them do?
Yeah. Heck, if both of them do, if just one of them, they'll be a poster child forever. They'll be like, hey, we pulled off a playoff victory. We beat one of the mighty top conferences and got a playoff victory.
Man, that would be huge.
And then you think Power 5 conferences want to play them little power? You think them power schools like the Big Ten and the SEC want to play them schools ever again? Nope.
Nope. But even if they don't win and they make it a close game,
exactly, they win.
They still win.
Yep, they win.
Because they're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to, but they're going to do that. But they've done it. They got it to the point where everybody had a plan until you get punched in the mouth. Oregon went for the uppercut and they dodged it and hit them with a 2-piece and knocked their ass down.
Knocked them out. Yep.
They knocked them down. And when they knocked them down, you let James Madison go up on Oregon or Ole Miss or anybody
exactly.
Or let them go up 7-0. Well, they might get one, maybe, but let it be something like 14-3.
Yeah, let Tulane go up
14-7.
Let Tulane go up on Ole Miss like Ole Miss beat them by 35 earlier in the year. You see a complete reversal. Yeah.
That would be That would change the whole landscape.
I'd argue Tulane's probably better than JMU because of the fact that Tulane did beat Arkansas before the wheels fell off on Arkansas. A lot of people forgot about that. And then also Tulane got a big win over Duke. Not that, Duke was anything special, but it is kind of interesting that they beat their former quarterback who went to Duke, that Duke paid $7 million for, which is hilarious, So Tulane's not complete trash. I mean,
no.
And like I said, I would have loved to have seen Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin, in this playoff more than anything. But that's just me.
Wait a minute. So you pay $7 million for a Duke quarterback.
Yes.
Go to the ACC championship and don't even go to the playoffs.
Correct.
Did you get any money on that return?
And they didn't even beat Tulane. They lost 5 games, man.
And they lost 5 games.
And they're the first champion ever, conference champion to be. They're in the Sun Bowl because that's an ACC tie-in. They are the highest ranked ACC team to ever play in the Sun Bowl because they're the conference champions.
Chris, I'm going to tell you this right now. They paid more for this cat than they did Cooper Flagg for the 1 year he played basketball for. They paid Cooper Flagg $4 million. They paid this guy $7 million. At least Cooper Flagg got them to the Final Four. They didn't even get to the damn college football playoff.
They didn't even get to the playoffs.
Can you imagine? Oh yeah. So I mean,
that's called.
So that trophy that you're holding up that Duke got really means what?
Bupkis.
You're just ACC champion. You just won a game that a trophy was. That's it. That's all it was. And it's like you said, Miami, we don't care about shit like that. We want to hoist the big trophy. And if Miami does go on a run and do it, does anybody really care that we didn't win the conference?
Exactly.
I can tell you, Ohio State don't give a shit that they didn't win the Big Ten last year.
Exactly. Nobody cared about Ohio State.
They don't care they didn't win the Big Ten this year.
Heck, 2 years ago, Michigan didn't win the Big Ten either and won their national championship. Who cares?
Nobody gives a shit. Not one.
Georgia is known for not winning the SEC championship. They won it this year, but they're known for Alabama won. We won, y'all. We beat y'all in the SEC. Well, congratulations. But who beat y'all in the national championship?
Those
who beat y'all in the national championship?
I hate to say it, those trophies are doorstops for programs like that. That's all that is. So I mean,
Nick Saban won 3 of his national championships without winning a conference title. So it happens.
So who cares? I mean, congratulations on winning the second place trophy.
I did see that. Anthony, was it the Ted Hendricks or was it the Butkus Award that he ended up winning?
The Butkus.
The Butkus, because do you know that he's actually the first player since Dan Morgan, Miami's Dan Morgan, to sweep all 3 of those, the Bednarik, Nagurski, and Butkus Award. Yeah, Dan Morgan.
He worked with the Bills for a while before he became general manager down in Carolina.
Yep, and Dan Morgan's the all-time leading tackler for the University of Miami with over 500
Dan Morgan was a hell of a football player.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to George Myra Sr., the first great quarterback at Miami. El Matador passed away this past week, so I wanted to give a shout out to and his son was a hell of a linebacker, George Myra Jr., who had the all-time tackling record before Dan Morgan broke it. So a little bit of eerie history.
He was a heck of a player too, George Myra Jr.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. George Myers. So but let me ask you this: am I wrong, Chris Kane, by thinking that we whipped some ass on Saturday? I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that we're so much better. I think we got this chip on our shoulder. I mean, maybe I'm underestimating these guys, but at the same time, I just think that there's just something about Miami that you gave us a second chance, and you're going to live to regret giving us that second chance. I could be wrong, but we'll see what happens. I don't play the games. I'm just a fan in the stands. So,
Yep.
I turned my light on for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I have. Does this sound familiar? I don't care who you are, where we at, or whatever the case is. I don't take disrespect too well. Okay. Don't matter if it's at Green Tree, on the field, concrete. We're gonna line up and show you why we hurricanes. Fast forward. Oh no, I haven't seen any film on him just as yet because they just announced it. But I ain't really worried about it. We got a good offensive line. We'll hold him. He's not a threat.
Careful what you wish for.
You ever sat there and looked at the cartoons when they're sitting there looking this way and they're doing whatever they're doing, and then they look in the camera and they like, they don't know me very well, do they?
Yeah, the old Bugs Bunny cartoons. He's like, yeah, they don't know me very well, do
they? Break that fourth wall, so yep.
Right. So I think Bane heard everything he said. Mesidor heard everything he said. The front seven heard everything he said. The secondary heard everything he said. The safeties, the cornerbacks. The last time they went against Texas A&M, we fronted them 14 points. It was 48-33 when it should have been 48-15.
You're right. You're right.
And we didn't have nowhere near the defense that we have now.
Correct.
We don't have James Williams. We don't have Cam Kitchens. We got somebody named Jacoby Thomas. We got Poiser. We got some dogs back there.
Yeah, we do.
We just don't have guys. We got dogs. Okay, so we had a few of them on that team the last time we went against Texas A&M, but it wasn't nothing like how it is now. And then we have a defensive coordinator that actually knows how to coach.
Yeah, how about that? So
amazing what happens when you actually get one of them, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's amazing when you get a defensive coordinator that actually knows how to coach and actually get the recruits that actually fit his system.
Yep.
Yep. Amazing. And how about an offense that actually has some dudes that are an upgrade of what was running over their ass a couple of years ago too.
Oh, remember, we had the #1 offense last year, right? Oh, y'all ain't gonna have nothing McCann Ward now that y'all ain't making it to the playoff. What are y'all gonna do now? Nobody seen Malachi.
Just a freshman All-American. So yeah.
Nobody seen that. And for all those who didn't know about CJ Daniels, we beat them and we did this, that, and the third. You know, it's real funny. And I'm gonna go into that. You know, it's real funny. CJ Daniels played on LSU and Florida State beat them twice, I believe.
Yep.
He
did.
It's mighty funny how time goes ahead and how he catches up with Florida State. And he destroyed them boys twice. So for all the Florida State fans that might see this or might not, just in case, you might not have seen that.
Well, and Chris, you know, it's like what Kerry said. You got Carson Beck back there that if you get good back, he's been in these type of situations in stadiums like this before, you know, and I think that he wants to prove something. This is why he came back to do this, and he's getting an opportunity. I know he had the bad game against Louisville. He had one bad throw against SMU. But since then, I think that he is completely bought in. And Mario even mentioned he's completely healthy. So that's something right there that I kind of knew all along, that the arm motion wasn't completely into some of those throws. And he was coming off a major injury. I know some people have hated on him, but I'll tell you this, he can be that first quarterback since Ken Dorsey to bring back a national championship to Miami. You know, and will you hate him then? Honestly, so shoot.
I mean, I wouldn't care nothing about it. I mean, I put it to you like this. Everybody's looking ahead. Don't look ahead.
Don't.
One game at a time.
1 game at a time.
Yeah. 0-0.
Correct.
Going to College Station. We got to get our revenge out of there because that's what we lost. We won at home, but we lost there. We need to win there, and we need to win. This ain't the point of where you have to win convincingly.
Just win.
This is the point for you to win.
1 point better. That's it. Style points are out
the window. That's all you got to do.
Correct.
You get the style points to get to where you're at now. Once you get here, you don't take your foot off the gas. Keep your morals, keep your focus. One game at a time. 60 minutes for each quarter. You got 180 minutes until you get to the national championship. How you get there is all up to you.
Couldn't have said it better, man. Puncher's chance, man. A puncher's chance is what they got. So
that's all you need.
That's it. That's it. It's better to be in this thing than be on the way out there.
Exactly.
That's
a mustard seed of faith, and we got the toughest schedule to get there. We got Texas A&M. We get past them by the grace of God.
It's Ohio State.
We got Ohio State in Arizona at the scene of the crime.
Oh, actually, it'd be in the Cotton. Actually, it'd be in Dallas. It'd be in the Cotton Bowl. So, but if they win that one, yes. So, but if they do win that one, then it could potentially be Georgia. Whoever comes out of that other bracket, that other pod, then you go to Fiesta Bowl. Yeah, you're right. So we can take Georgia in the Fiesta Bowl.
Actually, that kind of works out. Get Ohio State as far away from the Midwest as humanly possible.
Oh yeah.
Get Georgia away from the South.
I mean, I like Miami's possibility of playing in domes and in the Cotton Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl.
And it's all domes.
All domes.
Jerry's going to be closed. Arizona going to be closed. And then when you actually get to Miami, it's open air, beautiful.
And it's your home stadium. I mean, it's your home stadium. You know it. So,
do y'all understand? And I'm just saying, like, that's a possible to where
exactly
we could possibly play at home
for the national
championship.
It's all there. It's
all there, man. It's all there.
Like I said, how you get there is all on you.
You just got to get there.
You just got to get there. The path is right there.
If it's by 1 point or if it's by 100, you win. Just get there.
Correct.
And it could be Miami versus Oregon, if that's the case.
Miami versus
Indiana. I just finished playing that.
Or Miami, Texas Tech. You never know.
Texas Tech could be there. So for sure.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny?
The way this college football season has been.
Oh, tell them. What were you gonna say, Chris? Though
it would be. Excuse me. I said, wouldn't it be funny if Tulane or James Madison?
You want to talk about the
forget March Madness? It'd be January Madness or whatever like that. So.
January Madness. And think about the money. You think Vegas would lose their minds?
Yep.
They would lose their absolute minds. You know how much money they would lose? My God, somebody takes a long shot like James Madison or Tulane to even win one game. That's going to be a lot of money. You pick one of them to get to the national championship. Oh, dear Lord.
Can I ask a question?
Even if they covered the money line. Yeah, covered the money line.
Quick question: who does if Ole Miss beats Tulane, is it Ole Miss against Georgia in a rematch? Is that who Georgia would play?
Yes.
Okay.
It would be
Georgia would play Ole Miss. Alabama would play Indiana in the Rose Bowl, and then Texas Tech pretty much would await the winner of Oregon versus JMU. Yep. Am I looking at that right?
And get ready for this. Ole Miss would play Georgia in the Superdome in New Orleans, which is a stone's throw away from the Ole Miss campus.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So that would be, okay.
That would be a second home game for Ole Miss. That'd be like a second home game.
Wow.
For once Georgia would feel what everybody feels going into Atlanta, they would feel that because I guarantee you the Grove would party in New Orleans.
So Texas Tech really is going to be in the Orange Bowl on the
They're the farthest away.
And Oregon would have to travel literally from one end of the country to the. I mean, you're talking like the diagonal part of the U.S. is what they're going at this point.
About 3,000 miles.
3,200 miles.
Over 3,000 miles.
Yep.
That's going to be interesting. I mean, I want to enjoy the games this weekend. I don't want to rush everything else because, damn, this year's already practically over, But I'm just saying, you're going to have an interesting New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, especially when you started off with Miami and Ohio State in that Cotton Bowl. If that happens,
dear,
so, yeah,
I'm telling you, man, the way this college football season has been, anything can happen.
Yeah,
we've seen it.
We got a question for you from the chat. Chris, taking your fandom out of it, who's a more dangerous matchup for Miami between Indiana and Texas Tech if we were to meet either team in the national championship?
Honestly, I would have to say, that's a tough one. It's like a flip of a coin.
I'd go Indiana. I'd go Indiana just because of Cincinnati.
I would, by a hair, I would go with Indiana.
Yeah,
it's not by much. It's not by much because that is a high-powered offense. That is a high-powered offense.
Texas Tech is almost like a carbon copy of Miami.
Yeah.
That would be very physical.
And Cincinnati's just a very good coach. He's a good coach.
I'm almost starting to think Indiana's paying a bargain for him at $93 million.
You get what you get, man. You get what you pay for. Simple as that.
That's a bargain. That's
exactly what you're doing.
And I think Indiana got a bargain paying him $93 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kerry, question for the for the defensive scrimmage awards in college that those players were named after. Were you old enough to see any of them play live? Talking about Dick Butkus, Nagurski, Bednarik.
I saw all of those guys and films and all that. The only one that I would be close enough to see play alive would have been Butkus. Bednarik. The stories with Bednarik and Nagurski are legendary. The other award, the offensive line award, I forgot what's that called, the Outland. I don't know who the Outland is named after, but there's some legendary offensive linemen that have won that award, and that's one of the best ones to win.
Yeah, me and Chris were born right just after Butkus had retired officially.
Yeah.
So so we missed him. So yeah.
I've seen some highlights from him.
I've seen highlights. No, I've seen highlights of all these guys. No, they were beasts. So yeah, for sure. Well, let me ask you this though, real quick, Chris. Go ahead, Kerry. Yeah, go ahead, Kerry.
No, go ahead.
Oh no. What I was just going to say was,
go ahead, buddy.
I don't know if you saw my rant at the beginning, Chris. What do you think about this clown from the ACC saying that, oh, yeah, we're going to examine the tiebreaker situation? And I'm thinking to myself, motherfucker, you could have intervened anytime you wanted to. You didn't need to hold anybody accountable or anything like that. Why wait till next year?
Exactly.
Excuse me.
He could have did that. He could have did that this year.
Exactly.
He could have did what he wanted to this year, and it could have been over and done with. You know what I'm saying? But he chose not to. He chose not to. So who's to say he's gonna be there next year?
Exactly. I let me tell you something. I will be the first person to say I called that he is just living on borrowed time because he ain't gonna be there next year. I mean, you cannot let that happen under your watch. I mean, you're the commissioner of a major conference, and you left it in the hands of the committee, and thank God they did you right. But man, that could have been a disaster. That could have been an absolute disaster. So yeah, I mean that. So.
It's ridiculous, man.
Oh, here we go. Let's see here. Him saying he going to look at the tiebreaker at this point is like checking the batteries and the smoke alarm after the house burns.
Yeah, that's good.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Where's my damn horse sound? Where is that? Hold on a second. That gets 3 of these. Wait a minute. Hold on. 3 of them.
That's good. That is so good.
That's a good
one. Right there. That is perfect right there. One more. He's here.
That's perfect.
I mean, that is a perfect right there. I mean, he's an idiot. He's a complete buffoon. I mean, major commissioner.
Yeah.
And And it's like, oh my God, the deal that I get me started. I'm just so glad that Miami's in there with a chance that, and we just got to make the most of it, like you said, Chris. We just got to make the most of it. Don't fuck this up. So honestly,
So
yep.
we got the shot that we wanted. We didn't get into the ACC championship because we should have gotten into the ACC championship. And I'm just say this and make it short and sweet because I'm getting ready to get out of here.
No, you're good,
We
man.
got we didn't get to the ACC championship. We should have got to the ACC championship. We didn't get there. Oh well. But would I rather be the ACC champions right now? Absolutely not. Go ahead, take our bid. We get ready for our games. We get ready to go in there. We handle our business. We got 3 games, 60 minutes, 180 minutes apiece. All about how we get there. We need to handle our business. We got a noon game next Saturday.
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. And I hope you're on next week, brother, and we can be celebrating next week. I mean that. So
yeah,
yes, sir.
Maybe we gonna see because I know my nerves gonna be shot.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm ready for it. So, well, Chris, love you, man. You take care. Have a blessed week, and we'll see you next week.
All
right. Thank you for joining us. You bet.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Absolutely. Real quick before we get out of here, and like I said, it's been a great show. If anybody does want to come in, I'll put the link up one more time because we are running short on time. And Kerry, I want to thank you for joining us tonight on short notice, brother, as always. And
always, man.
Just the chat box and everybody for being on. Lickerdale, Anthony, Chris, and anybody else, Ellen V, Kerry, the usual suspects, the supporters of Stallion Speed. I can't thank you guys enough. But real quick, I just want to talk a little bit of NFL very quickly. Here's the tanking for who, and these are the results so far. I've not updated all the games, but these were the games before I went on of what the scores were. Some were finals.
And I'll fill in the blanks if you don't have anything.
Gotcha. I don't know what's going on in that Sunday night game. Obviously, the Steelers and the Dolphins play tomorrow night.
Good game going on so far. Speaking of the University of Michigan, J.J. McCarthy right now is out playing Dak Prescott at 17-14. Close to halftime, Minnesota. Good ball game.
Very good ball game.
He's looked really good tonight.
Yeah, very good game. Yeah. So and like I said, I was absolutely shocked at the Carolina Panthers today. I mean, what a disgraceful performance by them. All you had to do was win against the hapless Saints, and you blow that game. And and it was all there for you. The Falcons took care of the Bucs to give you first place. And then you just pissed it right back. I mean,
because all you had to do, had you won that game, Carolina, all they have to done is beat Tampa once out of 2 times. Now they may have to beat them both times to win the division.
Yep. I mean, just a disgraceful performance. And the Saints went from 3rd to 7th place now in the playoff in the draft rankings. By the way, by that win. So wow. But
let's say you got all the scores covered just about.
Yeah, I didn't know if the Broncos and Packers, if anything more happened in that game, and I think the Rams ran out the clock on the Lions when I had it.
The Rams won. The story and the Packers Broncos game, the Broncos did win, but the story of that game, Micah Parsons may have torn his ACL and he may be done because Patrick Mahomes earlier today tore his ACL and
he's torn. Yeah,
and they're eliminated. First time in 10 years, they've been eliminated from the playoff position by Christmas, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kerry, I'm going to say something. There really is this curse of the Super Bowl thing, man. There really is. The loser of the Super Bowl is just like, you almost just don't want to go at that point.
The loser of the Super Bowl usually suffers more than the winner.
Yeah. Ellen, I'm telling you, I can't believe there's so many bad teams either. It's like what Larry Frank said on Rebels with a Cause the other night. There's more ass in a stripper locker.
Yep.
These teams are such ass. There's more ass than a stripper's locker room. I'm telling you.
But I'm going to give some of these bad teams a little bit again because the Titans. They may be the worst of the worst, but they haven't quit. They're out there trying to compete. The Jets, meanwhile, God, the New York Jets are already in Cancun because that was horrible.
I can't believe
you made Trevor Lawrence look like he was back at Clemson.
How have they won 3 fucking games this year?
By incredible luck, because they made Trevor Lawrence feel like he was back at Clemson today. He was dealing.
Listen, I love me, Devin Lloyd, on You Talk Devin. I love you, brother. But I'm going to say this. The Raiders are one of the worst teams I have.
Stink.
stink. I mean, like the Eagles, Jalen Hurts needed the perfect game, had the perfect game today. I mean, the Eagles looked like world beaters. Now we'll see what they do against the Commanders next week, but I'm just saying they were horrible today.
They can clinch the NFC East next week if they beat the Commanders.
They should. They should beat the Commanders.
They should beat the Commanders.
And then let me tell you this: Rocky's not on tonight. Shout out to his Bears, man. They absolutely just stomped the Browns today. I mean, they dog walked them. So
how would you like this for next week? Thursday, Rams, Seahawks.
I mean, we finally have a Thursday game that was actually worth anything. Yeah, go ahead. Saturday slate. So
Saturday, Eagles, Commanders, Part 1. After that game, Bears versus Packers, second round in Chicago. No Micah Parsons. Right now, that could be right now the game that decides the end. If the playoff seedings were to end right now, the Chicago Bears would be the number 2 seed. They win next Saturday. They take a huge step in winning the NFC Central. The number 1 seed is still in question. Nothing. The only thing that has been gained out of this weekend, the LA Rams were the first team to clinch a playoff spot. They have a ticket to the dance. They're the only ones. The AFC is still thrown up. The rest of the NFC is thrown up. There are so many scenarios.
Yeah. And that NFC West, man, that NFC West, you got 3 contenders right there.
There's a chance that the 49ers could finish 11-6 and miss the playoffs.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how loaded the NFC is. Somebody could miss the playoff at 11-6.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, you still have the Dolphins hanging around out there.
Believe it or not, they have a 2% chance, but they have a chance. If they win out, they could make the playoffs as a 7th seed in the AFC.
That would be such a Mike McDaniel and Miami Dolphins thing to do. It really would.
Then the other thing today, old man grandpa Phillip Rivers actually played rather well.
He looked well. He looked good. I'm telling you, for somebody,
best moment of the day. He became the second oldest person to throw a touchdown pass in the history of the NFL. His high school team in Alabama had a watch party, and they all saw him throw that touchdown pass. They're all like, "That's our coach." They showed him jumping up and down. They said, "That's our coach out there balling in the NFL."
I mean, that was
thrilling for those young men.
You know what it is, Kerry? And I'm going to go with my movie references here. That's the Mighty Ducks cheering on Gordon Bombay getting to the NHL or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's what that is, man. That's so cool. So I will say this
much. People that are 30+ years old know that reference well. That was amazing.
No, and I'm happy for Phillip, honestly.
Gordon Bombay. That's like Gordon Bombay tried for the NHL.
For the NHL, yeah. But I mean, honestly, Phillip Rivers, I always felt he was the Dan Marino. He had a great stats, just could never get to the big game and lost to guys that were in his quarterback class. Got that elusive Super Bowl title, like Roethlisberger and Eli. And Rivers, though, was solid at NC State and was a solid pro. He just could never get you over the hump. I mean, honestly.
And now by playing today, he was a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame. Now he's got to wait 5 more years because he played today.
I think he's okay. Fine. Yeah, I think he's okay.
Because his high school team
out. So the Colts are the playoffs at this point now?
They're still in it, but I think right now they may be better for having him. They played Seattle close to the vest and almost won the game. They only lost by 2, and they didn't give up an offensive touchdown. They gave up 6 field goals.
Yeah. Well, and the Texans look good, and the Texans are going to whip up on the Vegas Raiders next week. So, the Texans, oof. Hey, if you got a Texans player, play him next week in fantasy.
Yeah, play him in fantasy next week.
You won't regret it. So, real quick, we'll finish up. Again, I can't thank everybody enough for joining us and so forth. But real quick, my favorite segment, Idiot of the Week. Kerry, I'll let you go first. I think everybody knows where I might go, but it really just depends on where you go because there's so many idiots every week. But who do you got as your idiot of the week?
I've got prime idiot number 1. Diego freaking Pavia, my freaking God. You should be happy. Being a Heisman finalist is one of the great honors in the history of amateur sports. It's the highest award in amateur sports, men or women, the Heisman Trophy. Instead, no, this fool goes to a nightclub, buys a sign that says, fuck Indiana. And then today, to top it all off, oh no, you thought he'd get, no. He ain't staying quiet at all. This fool decides, being drunk and everything, he makes a statement today about how they felt about the Heisman. He said, fuck the voters. And I'm sitting there going, dude,
he finished second. He finished
second, and you're saying this. You know how many NFL general managers that could have been interested in you now look at you and go, yeah, his character shot. He can't handle losing. The man cannot handle losing. He has handled everything the complete opposite of how Fernando Mendoza, whose speech was absolutely fantastic. His speech was wonderful. He is a great representative of what the award really like. Jeremiah Love, I thought his story was absolutely incredible. He would have been a great representative of winning the Heisman. But Diego Pavia, you are the biggest idiot I have ever seen. Your brother got arrested here. You know, obviously class in your family is not even a 5-letter word. It's a 1-letter word, 2-letter word. F you, Pavia. F you. Thank God you're going away, not playing college football anymore. Bag it, loser.
I do have this by Anthony. He did say Italian Stallion. What I don't understand is these Notre Dame fans were delusional that they thought Jeremiah Love was going to win the Heisman. So,
hey, he actually finished third.
He finished third. I was actually shocked he finished third. I thought Julian Sayin would finish higher, but I guess that performance last week, a lot of people must have waited till after that game to vote. But
and I also think they had a chance to break down some of the voting today. And a lot of the voting happened in November. Remember when Mendoza had that drive against Penn State?
Yep, that was the Heisman driving. Yeah, that was it.
At the same time, Pavia they were playing Texas, and they lost to Texas. So a lot of people thought that the Heisman kind of was decided that very weekend.
That very week it was, yeah. So I will say this, he didn't have the season close enough to Mark Ingram or Derrick Henry. He didn't. No, he didn't. And realistically, if Notre Dame had been undefeated, I probably think Jeremiah Love would probably have won the Heisman Trophy.
He probably would
Notre
have.
Dame's first winner in a while, honestly. So
I think
I saw those comments. Well, you know, the crazy thing is, Kerry, I saw those comments. I couldn't believe that he literally said that, but it is what it is.
Idiot. What a freaking idiot.
You know, my idiot of the week, I mean, you know, it's too easy to state. It was going to be Jim Phillips with his comments on the tiebreaker situation, but it's got to be it's got to be Sherrone Moore at this point, because I mean, my goodness. You know what? You know where I don't give him the pass though is when the OnlyFans thing came out.
That was it.
I mean, here he is in the reason. And if you were a Michigan fan and you were finding out that your coach is on an OnlyFans, texting thirst traps and adjusting his pants as opposed to making the halftime adjustments. I mean, are you kidding me right now? Like, I mean, this could be the difference between why you won and lost that Oklahoma game at the beginning of the year. I know he wasn't coaching that one. I think he was coaching that one.
He was 16-8 as coach for Michigan. 16-8. You could that record could have been better if you made halftime adjustments like you made party adjustments. Freaking man.
Let me just say this real quick, okay? I'm going to finish it up with this. Sharon, to quote one of my favorite movies, especially this time of year, it's Scrooged with Bill Murray. It's a
God, what a classic movie that was.
Sherrone, let me just sum it up for you. You had a beautiful wife and family. You had one of the best jobs in the country.
Yep.
And you threw it away for a Purdue grad like this right here. Let me just sum it up for you. You don't know what you want. You don't know who you are. And you don't know what the fuck is going on. Honestly, yep. I mean, you, sir, are an idiot for throwing it all away.
He threw it away for some tail. He threw it away for tail.
And I can guarantee this ain't even anything all that special. Honestly.
I know. No, my God.
No way. No way. You, sir, are an idiot. So,
what a buffoon.
What a buffoon is right. But Carrie, we got some exciting news. We might be getting your show off the ground next week on Tuesday night. If you're game, I need to get with you and so forth. We still got to come up with a title, but we're going to be looking at maybe that 8 to 9 hour and so forth. So we'll see what's going to be happening there and everything, and getting your show off the ground. So if you enjoy my big game Kerry Reeves guy, definitely show him some support. His show's going to start here next Tuesday night. We're still coming up with a title for it, but it's going to be a great hour show, and he's still coming up with the format if he wants people to come in and talk or do a chat box thing like we do Rebels with a Cause, or a panel, or even have a guest come on. But it's all about to get started, so please show my man some love here on the channel here. But I'm excited for him and everything as we get started. But that being said, my brother, what are your parting thoughts before we wrap up another episode of Stallion Speaks?
Well, thanks for having me on tonight. This was a lot of fun. Good talking with people, and just get ready for what if the college regular season was chaotic, the playoff could be chaotic too. So get your popcorn ready and hang on, because this is going to be an adventure. Someone's going to be a national champion in a matter of a month, whether it be 4 victories or 3 victories. Someone's going to be a national champion, and this is going to be a heck of a ride.
It is. Real quick, Kerry, your 4 winners of the 4 games before I finish it off for the show. So
Oregon, Ole Miss, I think Alabama, and Miami.
I'm going to go with the same, brother. And I've got Miami winning by 10 to 14 points. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first to be on here next week to say I was wrong, or definitely the recap show with Larry Frank on UTalk Sunday morning.
I think the closest game of the 4 will be Oklahoma and Alabama. I think that'll be the closest of the 4.
Yeah, and I got Alabama winning, and I think Alabama wins and gets their revenge on Oklahoma. But that being said, guys, listen, thank you all for the support, for the love, everything that you guys have done. If you like this episode, please definitely share it. Get others to join our cause here at Rebels with a Cause, the 1324 channel. For myself, Big Game Kerry Reeves, we are out. Love each other, and don't be Sherrone Moore. Just remember that. We out. Stallion Speaks.